and welcome to Whisky Resource. My name is Mark. This is review number 134. Took a little bit of a break, coming up for 5 months now, where I haven't actually recorded any new content. I put out a few videos over the last couple of months that were recorded in June. The last one being a look at MGP and one of their whiskies for the UK market, the Whiskey Thief. So if you haven't seen that, you can go check that video out. So today I'll be taking a quick look at the SCARABUS Islay single malt whiskey, which is a independent bottling by Hunter Lang. It was released in 2019 as a non-age statement single malt Islay whiskey, as I mentioned. They've subsequently released a couple of other variants of that. They've released a 10-year-old, and they've also released the batch strength version, cask strength. So I'll give you some prices very soon as to what they are. So this particular whiskey is a sample that I had as part of the Southport Whiskey Festival bottling. I'm a bit slow on drinking my samples. I've not touched any of my samples over the last few months. I only do them for reviews. So I've picked this one out. I've already poured the little bit of a dram. You can see there from the colour, it's quite a pale gold. It is natural colour. It is unchill filtered. It's bottled at 46% ABV. It is widely available online. However, at the time of recording, which is the 17th, 18th of November, it is out of stock everywhere. But ideas of prices that you can pick up a SCARABUS for. The Whisky Exchange would normally sell it for £31.45. Masters of Malt for £37.95. For Royal Mile Whiskies, it's £34.95. Gives an average price for those three of £34.78. As I mentioned, it's non-chill filtered, it's natural colour, bottled at 46% ABV, and an average of £34.78. It brings it in with an average value score of 86.96 out of 100, which isn't too bad a score at all. As I say, it's an Islay, it's a single malt from one of the distilleries there. Been doing a little bit of looking into seeing whether anybody's got any thoughts as to which distillery it is. Usually we find that these kind of independent bottlings tend to be Kalila, but we're unsure as to what this one is. Normally some of the online retailers give little clues away when you click on an independent bottler to suggest other similar bottles, and they tend to choose the distillery that produced the particular bottle that you're looking at, but in this case there's no real giveaways as to what they're saying. SCARABUS, meaning I believe it's Celtic for rocky place, or rather Old Norse, sorry, for a rocky place. Let's go on to the nosing and tasting. We'll see what this one is like. It does come in this really fancy bottle with a lovely label. A really gold label with bits of I don't know where it is. It's nice. You'll probably see in the bottle. Hunter Lang just say it's a secret distillery. Right, let's get on with the tasting then, and we'll see what we think of it. So on the nose, so you're getting that lovely peat smoke straight away, which undoubtedly gives away an Islay presence to it. You could be mistaken for maybe thinking it's a Benromach, but it's nice. It's got a touch of honey there. There's citrus, lemon mainly. There's a bit of salt, sea spray kind of atmosphere going on there, a bit of that maritime influence. Lingering toffee. It's a typically nice peated smoke Islay nose. It's not as in your face as, let's say, a Lafroig can be, or an Ardbeg, or a Lagavulin. On the palate, cheers. It's a bit sweet and sour. Starts off with dusty old leather-bound books. A little bit of citrus, a little fruity kicking in there. A touch of sweetness from honey, a bit of caramel, a bit of brown sugar maybe. Then it gets rather sour, a little bitter, oak bitter. Sweetness disappears quite quickly. And the peat really is there at the end. It starts maybe a touch smoky, moves through to quite a savoury, sour peat finish with a bit of wood char, oak, a bit of tingly on the mouth. The alcohol content, 46%, it doesn't really come across too hot. You could suggest that that was a 40% ABV. Really, it's not massive. Just going to pour a tiny drop of water in there. Just let that sit for a bit. In terms of cask influence, I want to suggest that this is 100% ex-bourbon, American oak. And this influence, I'm not really getting any Dunnage notes of sherry influence. I don't think there's any exotic casks getting used with this. I think it is just an ex-bourbon, ex-American oak. And I don't even think it's first fill. I don't think it's first fill casks either. For the price, well, the price certainly stands up against what you could typically pick the 3 Lafroigs for. So the 10-year-old, the quarter cask, and the select. Of those, I've not tried the select yet. It is a step up on the Islas. So if you're looking to move in Isla whiskies, but you don't want to go into the heavy hitters of Ardbeg 10-year-old or the Lafroig 10 or Lagavulin 16, the kind of the core range, this would be a step up to those. You could maybe try this before those. I fancied buying a bottle of this simply because it looked nice, and if a bottle's well presented, it makes you subliminally suggest that it's going to be a tasty whiskey. And this is a tasty whiskey with a decent price. It's competitive, I say, in the pricing. Whilst it is a non-age statement, it doesn't really mean much now. I've said that before. I would buy a bottle, and I think it would be a talking piece, certainly the nice label. The flavours are decent. They're not heavy. None of them are overwhelming. Yeah. In terms of overall score, you have to check my review on the website once that's done, because I haven't really given it much thought. I've got a little bit of this sample to try to see whether or not I can work out which distillery I think it could be, and to give me overall opinion. So yeah, that's not a bad one at all. I will be starting a series of whiskies that I think are nice, decent whiskies to pick up for Christmas, to enjoy over the Christmas period. So keep an eye out for those. There's going to be some export mature whiskies there, or finished whiskies. There's going to be sherry whiskies, of course, in there as well. And there might be the odd curveball thrown into the mix. That'll be commencing very soon. Well, I'm glad I'm back, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you again later. Laters.